true God of the Bible was not a white man. Madagascar is 100 and something, 200 kilometers away from Africa. It's part of Africa. Yet North Africa, which is Israel, is separated by the Suez Canal and is not part of Africa. And this canal was dug a few days ago. Are you okay in your head? We are on the same Platonic stone, Africa and Middle East. And God created a garden east of Eden. Therefore, Africa is Eden. We need to decolonize this Jesus story and throw away a white Jesus with his idols. I don't believe in a white movie star from Hollywood who is supposed to have come around and saved me from my sins. How can a white boy with blue eyes die for Africans when they cannot even share land with us? Show me one white man who has died for a black man. Show me one white man. 25 million people dead in the sea on their way to America for slavery. 15 million people dead in Congo. 25 plus 15, 40 million plus people dead. And all their blood means nothing except the blood of a white boy. If you are going to do theology, do it correctly. Do it correctly. And give me an option. If I want to believe in a white Jesus, I'll believe in a white Jesus. If I want to believe in a black Jesus, I'll believe in a black Jesus. But if you want to be true to the biblical text, then be honest as theologians. And I'm embarrassed to be sitting here as a theologian together with some of my theological friends who have gone to school to study. And when you come out of school to study, we actually continue to promote the wrong theology and push it in front of our own people. We have become the colonizers ourselves, Uncle Toms, who are sitting on the conscience of our people. Which is wrong. Which is wrong. How do you sleep at night taking money from widows and orphans? How do you sleep at night taking money from people who cannot afford food and bread because Jesus will bless them? For the past 15 years they've been giving their offerings to you and their lives have not changed. What is the problem? Because you don't have faith. You don't have faith. When Amfundis, do you have faith in collecting money from us? So we need to understand and deconstruct the whole picture and ideology of this white Messiah. And as long as we worship a white Messiah, my submission to you is that we are not worshiping the truth of the text. This is an academic exercise we're doing here. If you want to be true to the text, please, I bought a can of Coke. Can I drink the Coke? Can I drink the Coke? Don't tell me just drink as long as you are drinking. I said I want Coke. Therefore, remove the unnecessary iconography. And when you get more academic and you study the Kemetic religion to find that issues of the Trinity, the Mother and Son, all these things are actually way found in Kemet before even the Bible was written. And the Kemetic history is older than the Bible. Then I leave to you who are academicians. Since Jesus grew up in Egypt, when he came back to teach them after 12 years, from which school was he coming from and who had taught him? That's for you who are more advanced in your spaces of study to now to do a comparative study between the biblical text and Kemetic text and see the similarities and authenticate which one is older than the other. Then position your theology correctly. That's what life is all about. And ultimately, when you come there, you decolonize God, decolonize humanity, decolonize the Messiah, decolonize salvation. Stop selling religion. Stop selling hope to the people. Give people practical solutions. Buy farms. How do you buy a factory and then convert it into a church and people come inside and they're praying for employment? Buy the factory. Create jobs. Then from the money from the factory, you can build a church. That's common sense. We need to deconstruct, decolonize the church. And we stop being centers of embarrassment, centers of shame, centers of debauchery, centers of mischief, centers of licentiousness, centers of witchcraft, centers of perjury, and centers of corruption in the name of religion. And you don't want it to be spoken about, by the way. Ministers get very touchy. They get very touchy. They don't want it to be spoken about because you are bringing the body of Christ into disarray. There's no body of Christ that is so rotten and evil like this. We need to fix these things as Africans because Christianity has become a partner of colonialism. I'll say it again. Christianity has become a partner of colonialism. Why am I saying that? Because after colonizing us, they were drinking coffee together. They never stood to oppose colonialism. They were benefiting from it. All your cities here have churches that are standing. The church right now in Africa owns more land than many businesses because they were in harmony with the government. May we have some land, please? They were given land. May we have some land? They were given land. Did they even condemn that what they were doing was wrong? The church was benefiting. Even now, there are churches that are still benefiting from colonialism. I'm not ashamed to say this. Even the church that I come from, my own church, is still running on the lines of segregation. Whites worship alone, blacks worship alone. We cannot even unite.